Hello and welcome back to the That York City Fan YouTube channel. Now today is an exciting day. It is National League predictions time. When this video is released, it's going to be very early in the morning, but it'll be about like 7 or 8 hours until the season starts. So I thought I'd get them out before it starts. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. But before we get into the actual prediction, can I just say there is a link in the description below to a YouTube channel called One Magician. Please go and sub. He's got some great videos. He's a good friend of mine. So yeah, go and watch his videos. Now, here's how this is going to work. I'm going to do the 4 teams I think will get relegated. The 6 teams I think will be in the playoff spots. The champion. And then I'll do a couple of other things like top scorer, and then I will post the full table on the front of the screen so you can see sort of the teams I've put in mid-table, things like that. So, the teams I think that will get relegated, 24th I think will be Ebbsfleet, 23rd I think will be Maidenhead, 22nd I think will be Oxford, and 21st I think will be AFC Fylde. First of all, Ebbsfleet Town. Now, they won the league, they won the National League South last season, and so fair play to them, congratulations for that, but I don't think they have enough power. I feel like they're going to go straight back down. Sorry, Ebbsfleet fans. Coming on to Maidenhead, I've put them in the relegation zone 23rd because of a couple of reasons. They narrowly avoided relegation last season, only by a couple of points. And also, they've had a decent pre-season against teams in lower leagues, but all of their games against National League teams or teams above them in the league, most of them they've lost or drawn. So they haven't had a great time with those National League teams. So it's 23rd, I think, for Maidenhead. In 22nd, I put Oxford City. Now, another team that was promoted from the National League South last season. They didn't have a great pre-season again, but they actually lost. Unlike Maidenhead, they actually lost to a couple of teams in leagues below them. So they didn't have a very, very good pre-season. They didn't get many wins, or if they were mostly like 1-0s. So I think Oxford will be going straight back down this season. Now, finally, the team that I think will just be in the relegation zone is AFC Fylde. Now, I think the main reason for this is they've lost Kurt Willoughby. He's gone off to Oldham, I think. And that's a huge, huge loss for them because he's a big, big source of goals for them. They've obviously kept Adam Murray as their manager who helped them get up, so that's good. They had a decent pre-season. But yes, I think AFC Fylde are going back down this season. So now we go on to the teams I think will be in the playoff spots at the end of the season. So from 7th to 2nd, we have Rochdale, York, Barnet, Oldham, Woking and Hartlepool. So first of all, Rochdale in 7th I've put them. I think the main reason because of this is obviously coming down from League 2. They've been in league football for 102 years. But I think they should be bouncing back in the next couple of years. But obviously coming down with a League 2 squad, coming down to the National League, and I think they've retained most of their players. So I think they will be challenging for the playoffs. 6th, I have put the Minster Men. Yes, I think this is our season, lads. I think that we are going places at the moment. New owners, the Ugglers have come in. They've made some great signings. We've kept Michael Morton. So, yes, I think it's going to be a good season for the Minster Men. Barnet, they had a very, very good pre-season. I think they lost once over all of pre-season. They made quite a few or a couple of good signings, and they've always sort of been up there. They were challenging for it last season. So, yes, Barnet. So Oldham next. You might be able to see it's got a bit darker since I was last filming, but anyway, we move. So Oldham. Yes, so I put them here because they've made some good signings. They had actually a really good preseason. I don't think they lost throughout all of preseason. And they've always sort of been a team that's up there and should be in the Football League. Woking. So, again, they're another team that's sort of always been up there, and they had a pretty good season last season. Good pre-season. So, Woking are going to be up there, I think, this season. But in my eyes, the team that will be just missing up on that top spot is Hartlepool. They've got John Askey at the wheel, who's obviously former York manager. He was great when he was at York, and he's sort of famous for getting teams out of things like the National League and the National League North and just non-league in general. So I think he should do pretty well with Hartlepool this season, but just, sadly for him at least, miss out on the top spot. Now, the team I think will be champions this season is Chesterfield. Now, they actually had a really good season. I don't think a lot of people that are sort of fully sort of in the know in non-league actually realised that, because everyone was so focused on Wrexham and Notts County with that brilliant title race. But they actually had a very good year last year, and I think they will push on this season and get back to the Football League. Now, for a couple of other random predictions. So, quite a big one. The team I think will get promoted through the playoffs is, of course, the Minster Men. Yes, it's our season, lads. We're going back to the Football League, hopefully. So, yes, that is who I think will go through for the playoffs. I think the top scorer this season will be Dipo Akinyemi, the York City striker. I think he's going to have a brilliant debut season, and I think he also, if York do get promoted through the playoffs, he will be player of the season as well. Now, also, a team that I think will be a bit of a dark horse this season is Gateshead. They, last season, were sort of in a relegation battle, and then they just had a brilliant sort of spur of momentum, and I think they might carry that on this season, so I'd watch out for them this season. So yes, that is my National League predictions for the 2023-24 season. The whole table is in the description, as is the link to One Magician's YouTube channel. Please do go and watch that, he's brilliant. So yes, thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to the season ahead.